Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Sydney. We're here for quite a special little event.
We're
today,
doing a bit of a tier list, aren't we, Benji?
Yeah, we've got all the models out there. They look really impressive on that camera, actually. Let me get that camera.
Well, you got the.
You're going to cut to it?
Yeah, I'll cut to it. There it is.
And
Look at that.
they're fantastic.
See Steelheart at the front there, Kent?
Yep.
Kick him to the back. He's terrible. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Replace him with... Keenan. There we go.
That makes sense. The new bad boy Underworlds.
New bad boy Underworlds. Looks very impressive on that shot. On this shot, it's like a little group of models over there.
Yeah.
It's, should have thought. Looks good.
That's fine.
Wanted to show them off a bit. We love getting the leaders out for a special video, and it is a special video.
Yeah.
We're doing a tier list, and it's not just this is our opinion tier list. We've gotten an entire group. I say everyone in the world. No, it's just a few people from our group, a large assortment, to submit their personal opinions. What we've done is we've averaged those opinions. So generally, when you see tier lists online, it's one person's opinion, and it's like, this guy's got specific thoughts on these specific warbands. He's like, you know, I think that that Morgox is F tier because I beat them once. It's like, that's not that legit.
And Eyes of the Nine are really strong, don't you know?
I actually do think they're strong. We'll get to that later. But like, that's the thing. Like, some weird opinions that are quite blatantly wrong come through on tier lists. But on our tier list, we've overcome that because it's an average and it's the best one in the world.
It's a good methodology is how it's... I wouldn't say it's like 100% correct.
100% correct.
It's 100% correct.
It's a good methodology for determining the tier list.
Perfect
This is the
tier list.
internet. It's 100%.
Okay.
This is the ultimate tier list. You will never see a better tier list for Direchasm.
Awesome.
And the thing is about this, all the warbands are released. So this tier list is absolutely valid until the next season comes out.
Yeah. So, or if they just drop a file list tomorrow. But other than that...
No, they won't change the warbands too much.
No, but they might drop like a card pack or something. It won't change. It won't change too much.
I mean,
if
if they do a file pack that restricts a certain type of archetype, like really, like maybe the speed package is just gone. You know what I mean?
Well,
they just pick one of them and then probably gather momentum.
But still, this tier list will still be applicable. It won't affect it forever. This will be the #1 tier list.
Yeah, that's right. This will be the highest view video that we have because everyone's just constantly checking it as the Bible for which is the best one.
And our opinions as a group are the Bible of Underworlds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely got my humble cap on today, guys.
Usually I'm the one with the most high, sarcasm count.
I'm coming out of the gate swinging here today. So we're going to do this quite simply. Our warbands, we're going to have a tier list pop up, and we're going to go through them. Kyle and Kent here are going to talk about. They aren't the only ones that voted on this. There's a bunch of people from the group. In fact, I'm going to say the names of people.
We're just the two people here and got roped into doing it.
Yeah,
everyone else had it, and even in the comments section, if you're just like, why did you not get Kiva? Because Kiva's clearly the favorite. Next time we'll have Kiva.
Actually, he didn't submit for this, so I'll call you out, Kiva. You should have put one in. This list, I'll put names on it.
But Kiva would just be like, or undead, S tier, and then everybody else
that's
would be
right.
Playing undead.
So you can't trust him anyway.
The three of us have submitted for this list, as well as this. We have Jacko who's submitted. We've got Craig and Liam.
Okay,
nice.
Actually, you probably haven't seen Liam by now, but we have recorded videos with him.
Liam?
No,
Liam is a new Benji. You've heard him a few times.
Yeah, you've heard his voice.
Heard about him, but he is not.
Also known as Shadowhammer for any Age of Sigmar fans. He is a very intelligent human being.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's a great AOS player.
Great AOS player. And he's actually caught on to Underworlds very quickly.
Hey, he's not a bad human as well. So
he's
great. He's a great dude. Yeah.
If you're on this show, you're pretty fantastic, to be honest with you. Yeah. But anyway, enough humbleness. Let's go into the actual tier list, shall we?
Okay, all right.
Now, the thing with this tier list is we do it
Are we doing top to bottom?
top to bottom.
Yep.
Top to bottom.
And the other thing is, in the comments, in the description of this, I'm actually going to link. I've created a tier list on the tier list website.
Yeah.
Make your own. Send it in the comments and tell us what you think yours is. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
The link's in there. It's got all the warbands in there. It's the one we use to do this, except ours is I built some graphics for this because I'm fancy.
Yep. Okay.
But you submit yours, and we read them all because we read every comment. And if you want us to see your opinions, that's how you share it.
Yeah, just put it in there. Yeah. Someone
absolutely.
will read it. Like, we're always looking around doing something.
Yeah, you reply to every single comment.
Yeah.
So.
I reply to every comment.
Yeah.
Within a day or two, I say at least. Usually faster. But
wow. Okay.
I just there's in YouTube, if you see in the back end, there's like a comments you haven't responded to section. And I'm just like, if I don't respond to them, who's going to?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start with the list.
Okay.
I haven't tested this graphic. Guys,
drum roll? Have you got a drum roll or not? No.
Well, the first one doesn't actually have any warbands in it. Just swings this up.
S.
Oh, okay.
Starting with S tiers. And now what I'll also say is, this tier list is sorted top to bottom, S at the top, F at the bottom, but also left to right. Warbands on the left of each tier are
the
closer to the tier above.
Yep.
And as we go down, they drop down.
Yep.
So
it's in order, like if you're reading.
Yeah, left to right.
Yeah,
so,
left to right. That makes sense.
If when we go to tier A, the ones on the left are actually close to tier S. The ones on the right are probably close to tier B.
Yeah.
Yep. That's logical. Yep.
We're going to go to our first warband here.
All right, here we go.
The number one warband from Tabletop Sydney, voted by everyone as S tier. Have you guessed it?
Chosen Axis?
It is Eyes of the Nine. I'm kidding. It's Morgoth's Crushes.
All right.
Big awkward where he is. Pull him out. Put him in the middle.
Morgoth.
Yep.
Have you got the camera here? No, you can't cut.
I could. I don't know. I haven't actually checked the shot.
Don't worry about it. But Morgoth.
Use the other camera. Oh, actually, no, don't use the camera. Just put him in front of it. Put him at the front of the table.
Just put it here.
Right,
Yeah. We'll arrange it so that after it's got like a nice little.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do him front to back. That sounds good. We have not rehearsed this clearly.
We'll do it on that side there.
Well, how about thoughts about Morgoth?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why is he S tier for you guys? Quickly, we don't want to waste too much time. Which one?
5 wounds. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Start with 5 wounds.
He's great.
Great faction cards.
How do you give up primacy when you got 5 wounds? It's very hard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's strong. Only warband that all 6 people said was tier S.
Yeah. There's also so many ways to get fast now. Like free move means nothing in this game anymore.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to just go faster, and you want to go fast because you can get proud running. There's so many other things you actually want to go fast.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you don't need proud run on this deck. That's the thing.
And you don't actually even need speed cuts. If you just have enough like WAR tokens, you can just push yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
I played him with no +2 speed. Actually, I won. I special wings. I played these.
Oh,
guys.
really? Okay.
Yeah, just the one.
Yeah, right.
Didn't need it. You just push in, you move in. It's fine.
And they just have borderline broken like faction cards and stuff. Like the mitigate damage one is really annoying.
Yeah.
And then the plus
Inert to
one.
pain, -1 damage.
Inert to pain, and then the one where you stack damage based off wild counters is ridiculous.
I don't think that one's that good, to be honest with you. I don't use that one.
You don't use that one?
No, I think Brutal Reprisal and
Yeah,
so
the thing
Crucial-
and Brutal Reprisal.
But the thing is, I think you play them a little bit different. How you're like, I want them to be consistent. Other people just go, I just want to smash faces. You know what
I think
mean?
consistency's the way to play them. You don't need the dice to make them good. They do it by
But
themselves.
there's so many things that have -1 damage. It's quite useful to have that, additional damage and stuff.
I mean, you get up to like 5 or 6. Anyway, let's move
anyway.
on. We can
speed. Let's speed through
this
it.
This is one video for everyone.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah.
So,
it's the S tier. We're probably going to focus a bit on the S tier.
Yeah, moving down the list.
Go on.
Second top, Rippers.
Oh,
big Ripper in there.
Yeah, boy.
Right,
he makes the list. He was close
King
to
gets to hold it.
He's not quite.
Get out of there, the old Ripper.
I think one of I won't call out names here, but one of our players was like, Morgoth is number 1, and he is incomparable to everyone else.
Yeah.
There was one warband in S tier, and everyone else was
someone else was like, "These here,"
and everything else is down there.
Yeah, but Ripper, I think 5 out of 6 said tier 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the same deal. He's got so many the Warband's got so many consistent cards. It's like, did you do something? Doesn't matter if you did well at it. Did you just do it? And you're just like, yeah, I did that. You're like, hey, you have 2 glory, and you're like, that shouldn't make sense. So,
and the cheeky Jaws attack is also really good. Yeah.
You can spike up there was a game that you played against Craig where you just killed 4 dwarves in one round or something.
Yep.
Sorry, not 4. 3 dwarves in one round. Or something.
It was pretty brutal. Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Rippers are fantastic, and this is one we have one more in S tier, and you're at home there guessing it, and I don't think you're going to guess this one. This is
I actually don't even know either. I would say
this
if I was
your band.
If I had to
Yeah, now you thought you were going to say something like Banshees, weren't you?
I was going to be like,
not
I
the
think it's
Banshees.
Banshees.
Yeah, I thought it would be Banshees.
Yeah.
It is not the Banshees.
Is it OBR?
It is Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Right. Yeah.
Canaan's Reapers.
There he is.
I think
S-tier.
you know how the rest of the world is skewed to, because they get smashed by Mollog. They're like, oh, Mollog is definitely the strongest. I think you just have skewed this Benji. Like, he's so good at them that it's like, we didn't even get to see anyone play them bad, because you're just like, oh, you want to play your game? And we're like, okay. And you're like, no, you lost the game. You're like, oh, okay.
Have you had any losses with them yet? Or?
I had one loss against Craig with Fast Riders.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
right. That was
Remember that
that
game?
funky game. Yeah,
that game.
Yeah.
Everyone watched that game at Wednesday. So they have lost.
But
They're not
honestly, I think the thing is with them, it's like, what do you do? You know, it's like that meme with the trolley, and it's got the 2 paths. It's like that. It's like, do you kill the big guy and then let the little ones kill you, or do you kill the big one? Do you kill the little ones and let the big one kill you? Both options are bad.
It's basically like having Mollog with just better
with God's
minions. Yeah.
Mollog and God's 100.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Three movers isn't a big deal. Eternal Chase is really great these days.
Yeah.
If you've not seen that card.
But not only that, you have so many bodies. You have so much support. You have so much accurate stuff. And then on top of that, there's just ridiculous things like if you put them in the right order, like having a free attack every time one makes an attack. What's that card?
The Unnerving Synchrony.
Yeah,
that's
right.
That's the most broken upgrade in the entire game of Underworlds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then not only that, you could then even just push, because you're doing all these moves and stuff, to move on to an objective, to then use that card where you get a free attack.
Jealous Defense, yeah.
Jealous Defense, yeah.
Jealous Defense with 2-range
Hecatos. They're so rotten.
They're great.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to play them, but man, I feel like I need to have a watch.
I will say with them though, if you can't big brain it, if you can't see the really complicated plays, you will not play. You will have you'll feel like they're empty.
Yeah, and I think that's why we have placed this, because it's like even like a player new to it, if you like even
anyone can play that.
Anyone like understands the basic core mechanics of the game can get a win with it.
I can teach a dog how to win with Morgox, but it's a difference.
Well, my dog's interested in getting into Underworlds.
Well, boy, do I have a warband figure?
His name's Riptooth. He was around before, but
All right, let's move down to A tier. Now, keep in mind that even though we're in A tier, these ones here came very close to S tier. So this isn't like
and I think some of us
worse.
probably put these in S tier.
Probably in S tier.
There definitely was some here that are in S. The first two, definitely people thought they were S tier, but they are not. So, what did I do? I did something? The record's fine. It's just a preview. Don't worry about it. It's me changing tabs. Don't worry. Don't stress.
All right, sweet.
I'm breaking things here, guys. It's okay.
All good.
Let's move on to A tier. First warband. Almost made S tier, but did not.
Oh,
it is the Mournflight.
The old nemesis. Mournflight.
They couldn't do it. They barely snuck in. I think it's because no one really
plays it because we don't know how many are going to come out this way.
I can tell you.
Okay, you can still see it. Yeah. I was just trying to put it in the game. All good.
Yeah, I always have a problem with. Mind you, in saying that, I think that there's a new hard counter to these. It's called round 2. Ensnare. Fishmen will just tear them up. But most of the time, if you just can't get through that 2 dodge.
Yeah.
And if they're getting like
potentially 3 dodge,
the guard token, you just can't punch through them at all. Like it's impossible.
That being said, we haven't actually seen that on the table for a while, actually. So it'd be interesting to know. Cause
I played them in a few tournaments and they're tough as nails.
I've seen them online. They're actually really good. Right. Yeah. You can just look at the decks people are running. You're like, you score all 12 of your objectives every game, every time. They don't kill things. They don't need to. That's the thing with them. They run away and they have 2 dodge. I think Savage Soldier had some a bit having easy ensnare.
Oh, yes. Actually, that's awesome.
I think that like if you play like a Voltron, like you put upgrades on one guy, that guy's going to melt through all 4 of those things. And that's why it's A tier for me. So.
There's that one from Mollog where it's like range 2 has ensnare, and I was like, oh sweet. If ghosts and like dodge things are the new meta, even Mollog's going to be able to like knock them out.
Yeah. Savage Soldier is only +1 dice for range 1, but it's everything is cleave and snare. Range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you run Lumineth. Anyway, that's our first one. Let's move to our second one. Another newer warband. Kyle, one of your loves of the game, I think. It is the Derp Creepers.
Oh, what a beautiful warband. Where are they?
They're in there somewhere.
Man. Yes.
We're gonna get halfway through this video and we're gonna be missing a leader. I'm gonna make Kent go over there again.
I honestly I love the Wraith Creepers. I think they're just so good, and especially the way we play quite an aggressive style here, and we were talking about it just before in the last game. I think it really works because everyone's running in, doing this proud runner, doing the kills, doing primacy and all this stuff, and the guys just sit in the corner and go, come to me. And then when you're just in range, I'll inspire and just stab you for the rest of the game.
And then you can push in for supports as well if you need to. And
I know other countries use them as like running them as aggro. I'm sure it would work as well because they're still really good. Like it's the same thing with them. Once you get the 2 dodge and you're getting like some sort of upgrade like free dodge or like Savage Helmet or Silent Helm. There's so many like nice protective upgrades you can put on them.
And
I think.
the Ligo is the most reliable attack in the game.
Yes.
Without upgrades or anything.
That's exciting.
I just think they're so good, and like their surge cards and some of their like things that they have, their faction cards are just so easy. Like they're just like a non-brainer. It's like just move through someone. Okay, cool. I'm bored.
Let's move on, shall we?
All right, I
feel like Carl, you could sit us talking for 15
minutes. It is your warband.
This is
we'll keep it short, keep it sweet. We'll move on. This next one here, we have 4 warbands in the entire list that everybody agreed they should be on this tier.
Okay.
The first one was Morgox Crushers. Everyone said S tier.
Yeah.
this is the second one, and it is in the A tier. Everyone thought Hrothgorn deserves to be an 80.
Okay. Yep.
Nice.
Where is it? Here it is.
Go grab
Well,
it.
you've played it more than me.
But I've been playing it as Feed the Beastgrave, which I think is actually
that's not the good one.
which is actually the B or C tier version of Hrothgorn.
agree.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like
Hunter Quarry, Hrothgorn. There's so many cards that you can score with those Hunter Quarry.
yeah,
cards.
I think people can see that there's power in him, but like he's not unbreakable. Like there are ways to beat him.
Yes,
You know
definitely.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
But there's so many easy like Hunter Quarry cards now. There's so many easy surges and stuff like that, and like Hunter based things.
Pushing's
you can
easy.
even Beast Trail him.
Slide him around.
Yep, you got Commanding Stride for him is great now. Yeah,
Ferocious Resistance.
Ferocious Resistance, obviously.
makes
Get
sense.
some healing on him, so he's not going to die. It's
Makes sense.
so he's quite good. I don't think many of us have like dived into him too much as a.
I think Craig's played them a bit.
Craig's
like
played-
the
played him a
conventional
bit,
way of
yeah.
a
playing
little bit,
them. Yeah.
But we haven't seen him at a tournament yet. Oh, not yet. We have seen him at tournaments, not recently, not in the last tournament we played.
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
Maybe they'll come back. I think they're good. I'm tempted to pick him up because I like playing strong warbands.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
just how I do things. All of last year I played all the weak ones, and now I'm like,
Yeah, because you've been working through them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to go on to the next one though.
Next one.
This one is internationally contentious.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it in another language? Is it the Italian skink?
No, I'll say the UK scene.
Oh,
a
okay.
very big on
right,
this one.
okay.
And when I say big, I mean real big. It's Mollog.
It's Mollog. You want to pick him up?
In the A tier.
It's your baby, right?
Yeah, no, I love Mollog, but having played Mollog a lot and played Mollog, and I've mentioned this before, like having played Mollog in Season 2, you had, I think there were better cards. To be honest, there was My Turn and Aggressive Strategy, Defense or something, where it's like if you made an attack, he gets a free attack back at you.
Yeah.
There was like so many push. There was 2 Inspire cards, so you didn't have to do the shenanigans of moving through stuff.
moving through lethals
And to
yeah.
inspire, you just picked up cards until you inspired, and then you went in and killed everyone.
Yep.
I think he's good, and I think he's come back. But you played him in. If you played him in Beastgrave, like there was no way he was any good.
He wasn't good in Beastgrave. He's better now, but it was Nightvault, definitely.
Yeah, Nightvault was where he's dominating.
I played him last week, and I'm playing him a bit now.
Yeah.
I think he's good. He has weaknesses. Like 2 hammers at the start of the game.
Yeah, that's the main weakness.
But
Absolute
Benji,
rubbish.
you being Benji, you play him very different to how I play him.
Yeah, I play him just like, I want to score objectives without having to make dice rolls. That's how I play him.
Yeah. And I was, because Benji and I were talking about it, and I was like, look, I want to use him like this. And Benji's like, oh, your list is quite different to my one. And we both played games that night. I lost every game, and Benji won every. Oh,
I lost one game.
You lost one, yeah.
And this is why he's an A tier for me. The
Yeah.
game I lost was against Rippers, and I had 2 hammer attacks, and I missed 4 times. Rippers hit me 4 times, killed Mollog, game was over. Like there was nothing I could do in that game. I made I made all the smart
who was
attacks.
playing Rippers?
I forget who it was. It wasn't
Miles.
Oh, Miles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
right.
no one on
yeah,
the channel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
but
we played 3 games.
Yep.
Game 2 and game 3 I won.
Yep.
Because the dice rolls were okay.
But also, it is swingy because, I mean, we played Mollog versus Mollog, and it just went down to dice rolls, and it's like whoever could just roll more consistently.
Oh yeah, I just ran away
Yeah.
from you the whole game. That was a fun one. He ended up having to make a charge and had, 5 dice or something? 3 dice and 2 rolls or something?
Yeah, 3 dice, 2 rerolls.
And then he whistled 5.
Yeah, you know, the rest is history and whatever. But
That was fun.
Well, and I played Solrag against them
yeah,
as well.
and he won.
Yeah.
You used the Deepkin and beat them as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's just dependent on. I mean, if you can just roll hot, you're just like you're gonna beat them, but it's dice dependent. Like this is not dice dependent to win. This is not dice dependent to win. Like you hit stuff and you hit well, but there's so much just a surge and good objectives to actually.
Also,
to play the game.
Mollog's faction cards are rubbish. Foul Temper's the only good one.
Yeah.
So like,
That's right. You just throw them all out, right?
I take 2. I take Foul Temper and the Distraction. That's it. And I think you
that
guys
makes
take
perfect
that.
sense.
I don't take that at all. I don't distract. I just go to you. Cool, let's move on.
Yeah,
this is tell us your opinion on Mollog. He's big. Send us your tier lists.
Yep. This might be the most commented on video because people will be like just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you think he's S tier, you're wrong. Moving on. This is the 5th warband in this tier.
All right.
Yep.
Ooh, yes, yeah. I think they're just solid. They
Yeah.
are solid. You can play them in so many different ways.
They're very
I
flexible.
also want to be clear before we get into Lumineth too much. Mollog, Lumineth, and the next warband all tied on points. So when you look at them, these are all the same.
Yeah, look, I think in the current way the game is, I think they have potential to win any matchup. Whereas Mollog, you might just have this matchup that you're like, oh, this is going to be a struggle to win it. You know?
Yeah.
But I think they can play so many different ways, and you can just adjust your plan accordingly to win the game.
Great tricks, great faction cards as well.
Yeah,
and they
lots
can
of
score
great
a lot of
tricks.
objectives.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much more to talk about them.
Yeah, look, they're just solid. They're solid.
They're great.
You know, like
the one weakness, 3-wound fighters, I will say.
But they've got things to mitigate that. They've got that 50-50 where they can take no damage. They've also got is that what it's called? Flickering?
No, that's the
no. Flickering light.
Flickering lights.
And then they've got the Ether Quartz, rerolls if they need them and stuff. So they've got, and then Banana Man has got like
Banhammer.
Banhammer.
That's
Banana Man. I'm calling Banana Man. He's got his 2 shields and
inspired,
and can't be
pushed. That's right.
Yeah, I just think they're just so consistent across the board. Like they're just good. It's like a well-oiled machine.
They're A and not S because I think 3-wound fighters, all of them being 3 wounds.
Yeah.
If Banhammer was 4 wounds, they're S tier for me. That would knock him over the edge.
Yeah.
Just him.
Interesting.
That's my thoughts. But hey, you know what? That's my opinion, and everyone's meta.
Yeah, you might be right though.
Tied with Mollog and the Mayaris.
I'm interested about this. I don't know what it could be.
Of
course. Dread Pageant.
Where is he? Yeah.
Dread Pageant.
Yeah.
Good old Dread Pageant.
That's interesting. I think the Direchasm box is the most balanced box we've had for warbands in a long time.
It's been a great season, man. Like it's probably been my favourite season, really. Like all the warbands are very
We'll get to the lowest when we get to the lowest Direchasm. I'll tell you, and you'll be like, "This has been a good season, guaranteed." Anyway, No,
I think you played them more than me, but I think again, there's just so many different ways to play them. You can you can almost go full aggro. They play flex, they play control so well, and you can even do full upgrades. Not upgrades, full objectives, and they still do quite well. So
the key thing is, I think what really helps us as a group figure this tier list out is that we play a lot of games every week.
Yes, we do. And people will try different things. They're like, like Craig was like, I'm going to try Slanesh. And then when he played it, I was like, I didn't think about trying Slanesh like that. And it's like, okay,
he plays them
like
very differently to me. It's like taking nets and stuff. And
I think it's important because a lot of regions are still locked down from COVID or just coming out of it now. We've been playing in stores for 9 months now, 10 months.
We've played all the Direchasm in stores.
Even before, 3-4 months before that,
but like we've played all of Direchasm.
Yeah, all of Direchasm.
And we play weekly, and we've got 10, 15 people that come, and we record. So like we have the reps in.
Yeah, even if we do stupid things, like we can still we're still ticking over.
We're
doing things.
You got to try the stupid things to figure out the good things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Last one from tier A. Do we want to guess from anyone? You will never. Actually, you know what? You never guess it. I'm looking at Eddie. I've got a cheat sheet here.
Look, I'm gonna say. Vamps.
Okay.
Vamps.
Kent?
Vamps. I reckon. Ghouls?
Ghouls?
Oh, I forgot about ghouls. Yeah,
guess what?
Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Yeah, ghouls are just so consistent, aren't they? Like, they're still like the original, not the original, but one of the better sort of whole ones. You can come back.
I had them down a tier, actually. I think this is high for them, personally. I think that they bleed primacy.
They do. That's probably the biggest weakness in this,
But would you say if you had to choose a warband that bled primacy and held objectives, would you choose them over lizards? Of course you would.
I wouldn't play... right now, I wouldn't actually play either.
But if you had to choose one, if they're like, Benji, I've got 2 warbands, which one would you choose?
Then I'd be like, I'm playing a B tier warband. I think that anything that has...
No. You
have to play one.
It's one or the other, mate.
Of course he's going to play.
No, I play ghouls over lizards, but I do think that ghouls... There's a few warbands in this list that you can play as best you can. You'll still lose. You play a game and your opponent's playing against your puzzle. You don't get to make you make basic choices based on what your cards are, and they've got to try and solve your puzzle. I think these are one of them.
Yeah.
My best example is skeletons, which we'll get to later.
I think. With ghouls, you just blink and then suddenly they're like 6 or 8 glory or something. Like that's the thing with them. Like they've just got
If you don't pack mischievous spirits and you don't focus on knocking them off objectives, they'll smash you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you know how to play the matchup well, you shouldn't be too troubled by them.
Yeah.
I think maybe because they've just been around long enough that people have cracked the code. Like I remember when they first came out and you just be like, what they inspired in the first round and they've got all this up and you're just like, there's ways to actually go around.
Well, people have gotten a lot better and there's so much aggro as well. So you usually
I would say with
deny,
him as well. Like especially in our group, especially you, because you've been playing it. Poor guy, he's been playing against him since day one. I'd be like, you want to learn how to play Underworlds too? Here's Mollog.
I think I lost with Mollog. I think I lost every single game against you with Briar Queen. Like, I just could not.
No, mind you, I didn't just throw him into it with Mollog. Like I taught you how to play the game.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of it. And then when you're like, I think I understand how to play this game, and you were going to tournaments, and I was like, here's Mollog. This is what it does.
Let me humble you a little bit before you do this tournament. Let's move on to the B tier.
B tier.
We're on to this. Now, Grimwatch being on the far right means that they were actually very close to dropping down. So
okay.
I think that in general the group agrees they're sort of borderline AB.
Yeah, I would say if I had to pick one, I would.
If you had to drop one down,
yeah.
B B tier though. First one coming up here. This is high B, close to A.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Court.
Ah, there we go. The Vamps.
Where is he? There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old,
Get him in
old
that
Vamps.
third tier.
Mhm.
This is a warband that I think on the channel we've played the most and we've lost the most. Their win record is the worst on this channel.
It's mostly
We have
pilot.
one
error, I
win
think.
with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
One win.
I think for me, having never played with them and only played against them, the hardest matchup is definitely the hunger one for me. Because I think for me personally, I think the aggro one, you know how to combat that. You go, stay back, I can counter charge, I will spit you out
exactly.
one, whatever, you can figure it out.
Yeah,
the hunger one, you're
yeah.
like, you're sitting in the corner and you're just getting passive, and then you're going to run in and kill me with like a super charged up fighter.
Yep.
And I think that's quite a powerful.
I was on the What the Heck's podcast about
Yeah.
a month or two ago, and we spoke about Crimson Court in depth. And I think that on that podcast, Davey, the host, was talking about his deck, the hunger deck, which is just sit back, wait, and when they come in, crush them.
Yeah.
And I think that is, to me, the best way to play it.
Yeah.
And in our Wednesday games, we've had some great vampire results.
Yeah.
As soon as we put them on this table here,
It's the blood curse,
it just
mate.
fails.
It's the blood curse.
There's a magic about that we
yeah.
have not been able to capture on camera, and we apologise to all the Crimson Court fans that want to see
Maybe because we play during the day and not at night.
Oh, there you go. All right, midnight recording session coming up.
But someone that's not in the group, like Josh, played them quite well at the tournament and stuff.
You got top 4.
Yeah.
I'll say top 4 because
whatever it was, like he did really well with them and stuff. Yeah, but we haven't cracked them on the channel.
No, we haven't. Next one. This one I think is the most influx spot. I'm just checking the results. Actually, no, we pretty much all agreed on their position, which is weird because they just came out. It's the Soul Raid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Soul Raid are solid. They are solid. I haven't played with them, but it's something I look at them and go, oh, they seem quite fun and they have a lot of different options and weird things to happen. But also just playing against them, they're not as like bad as like me looking at the cards. I was like, oh, this is crap. And then having seen people play them and understand how they work and stuff, they're such easy combos. And round 2,
they're just so reliable attacks, right? Like,
They're your babies, Kent. What are your thoughts?
Like I had that first gut reaction, like initial kind of knee-jerk reaction that they were bad. Like I was worried that it was going to be like another Blade Coven or something. But I think props to Craig who took them to that Vanguard tournament and stuff. Like the way you play them, at least what we've worked out so far, is that you basically just walk into enemy territory, score things like Show of Force, the faction Show of Force. The one where you have the primacy and everything in enemy territory. And
they got the
like
speed. They can do the speed package. They got like all like the support. Like
the fish. The fish is great.
Yeah.
The fish is great.
The thing that I hate in every single game, and I don't understand how to stop it yet. There must be a way, but it's just you get conquest at the end of the game just because you have a bloody fish on the board.
And you can
Stupid
get wiped.
Nemo is just giving you 2 glory at the end of the game.
Well, you can get wiped out, and then also the fish can score you conquest as well as isolation, which is basically alone in the darkness as well.
Depends on the enemy's position.
It depends on so it depends on who you're playing against. If you're playing against a 4/5 warband, which is a lot of the meta at the moment, that's okay. But against Bone Reapers, it's probably
against Jacko, you deny Annihilation as well.
It denies Annihilation.
Yeah, just
exactly.
from Jacko.
Yeah, because he's the only one that takes it.
But can I just say also, in the chat, can you please explain to me how to stop the fish from scoring conquest? I would love to know, because I can't figure it out.
You can't.
You can't.
You can
No.
if you move on to the shoal token.
Yeah, maybe if you move on to the... But then usually you're putting it somewhere very far away.
You know what I mean? In the end of the game, you really those activations are really key to trying to get those last bits of glory.
Yeah.
And if you're wasting them trying to stop this fish from getting conquest, it's
almost guaranteed
to
glory.
If you're trying to get 1 glory and you can deny 2, it's better to deny the 2 because it's a 2 swing.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not trying to reach a high, you're trying to beat your opponent.
Yeah.
Let's move on. This next one has a big range of tiers. I actually rate them very lowly, and I think Kyle rates them quite highly.
Which one's this?
Is this Kagra?
I think Fawns are still up there. I really do. Even with like they've tried to nerf them into existence, I still think they're decent. Like you just play them in a different way. Like you don't play so cagey now because you get that one push. You try and do what you want to do. But for me, and having played so much of these, the Wraith Creepers and wanting pushes, I understand that there's enough cards in the game to like, okay, you push a few, they get knocked off, whatever. You can still push with just cards to push those other ones. And then she's still a beast to fight. And then you can actually, for the first time, actually use the water? What's his name?
Varklav.
Varklav. Yeah. You can
yeah.
actually use Varklav to actually hit things.
He does hit things.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this is that they bleed primacy, but the second thing is if you look at all the Direchasm cards, and this will be more evident when Beastgrave rotates out.
Yeah.
All the accuracy is range 1, not range 2.
Yeah.
So that when Direchasm rotates out, these 2-range fighters are gonna be struggling to get like that accuracy in there.
Yeah.
And so like you're gonna see when that rotates, unless new cards get printed, warbands like Derp Creepers and Thorns and even Moloch and those ones, you're gonna see a drop in their ability to kill things.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's me just saying I think they're quite good just from looking at their cards and looking at their potential. I haven't actually played any games recently to actually say they're good or not.
On the table for ages.
I just think with the cards available, they're still quite decent.
Yeah. Tommy won the tournament with them though, so there's potential.
Yeah, must be doing something
If
right.
Tommy's playing them, they're great. Hail Tommy.
All right. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks for everything you do.
We've given them too many shout outs tonight, I think. Anyway, we'll move on to the next our fourth warband on the tier list. Another new one. It's Kagra's
okay.
Yes. Yeah. See, we don't have
Stuck
Jacko
in.
here to defend them because I think they're not that great. I mean, they're good, but I think I even put them in.
You put them
lower.
down a
Oh,
tier.
even
I put
lower.
them down.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. I think your ideas are getting skewed because
By Jackson playing
Jackson
well with
playing them.
Yeah. That's
whereas,
fair. That's fair.
I think that anyone else playing them.
I don't think anyone else plays them at the moment, right?
I played them for a bit.
Oh, did you play them for a bit?
They were decent.
They just have an entire mechanic that is almost irrelevant. Like,
The desecration's not relevant.
Yeah, it's just so many words for just a lot of nothing.
Like I think for me personally, I think I would rate probably Nurgle and what are they called? Nurgle? What are the Nurgle ones called?
What are they called?
The what?
The
Nurgle.
Wormspat.
Wormspat, that's right.
I would
Yeah,
rate
yeah,
Wormspat
yeah.
and Magors over these.
But Wormspat surely is in B tier, right?
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll
won't
wait and see.
Okay.
We will wait and see.
But yeah, I think they have some strong stuff. Like, and if we're talking positives, I think you've got all the 3 wounds from the wizard.
The wizard,
The
yeah.
wizard can pump out some serious, decent damage.
Yep.
Backlash, if you're using that one that you get
Yep.
scoring for backlash, you can actually get some decent surges as well.
And Kagra has 3 damage off the bat as well,
And
with knockback, which is huge because often you're trying to,
If there's a lethal anywhere near you, you can knock them
Exactly.
So that's why I
it.
think it's getting skewed by Jackson just long bombing a torpedo charge and killing your leader like in the first
I
activation.
think looking at I can see all the individual results here. Everyone put them in 3 except for you, Kyle. Basically, it's just, you dropped them down, but I think everyone sort of says they're solid. They're a good aggro warband.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot better cards than Magors. They've got the 3-range Hellfire Sword.
Yeah.
They've got the teleport stuff.
the Hellfire
They've got
Sword,
some
right.
real
They're
cool
more
shit.
flex.
That's a great one.
They are more flex. But I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like if someone gave me a choice and they're like, "All right, you got to play a tournament tomorrow. What are you going to use, lizards or these guys?" I'm going to choose lizards.
I'd choose Ravagers.
Yeah,
Me personally, that's me.
Yeah,
I reckon I can build better around these than lizards. Lizards, I feel like I'm sitting there waiting to die. I don't like that.
that's life.
That's life. Until then, we can just play Warhammer. Let's move on. The next warband, we're still in tier. This is a big tier. We bell curve this, by the way. So the 2 middle tiers have the most warbands.
Okay.
You'll see the size of that graphic. We're going to fill that thing up.
Yep.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm not too
Primacy
sure about
Orcs.
these ones.
Orcs, where is he? There he is.
Head
Head
cracker.
tracker. Yep.
Solid. I
Look,
feel like they're missing a bit of damage somewhere, but you know.
Yeah, I think, but for me, and I'm pretty sure I rated these lower. I think these are on the same level, and I would say these are for me they're less than yeah. Give me a nice solid Stormcast. I think.
I actually think if Primacy ever rotates out, these guys are going to be phenomenal. Because they're the only warband
Because they're the only ones that got primacy, they're going to always get that
They'll
extra
always
glory.
have primacy.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if it
yeah,
ever
yeah.
rotates, so we'll know next season if they print more primacy cards.
Yeah.
If they don't, season 6, Headcrackers is going to be great. This is 2 years in the future. But my point being,
I'll tell you what, 2 years in the future, this is probably going to have so many hits, and people are going to be like, "Hey, remember this?" Like you know watch
what?
it. Yeah.
It'll still be current. This video.
Yes.
This is going to be
Yes,
tier list
this is
forever.
100% correct.
Yeah.
I've seen
Wish
Leah,
I'd brushed my hair for this video. That's
you're doing a
gonna be on
Kiva or something.
Yeah, I'm channeling the Kiva here. Yeah.
I got a haircut for this, you know.
We're going to get a time capsule and put this video in it. And so in 100 years, they'll pull up when they're all playing Underworlds. Instead of Conflicts and War, they play Underworlds
They play
instead.
Underworlds, yeah.
That would be
And
amazing.
this video will solve all those wars.
Right.
It will be world peace. People
The
realize
Israeli
who the
Palestine
best
conflicts,
warband is.
this
It
is
won't
how
be
they
world
do it.
peace. They'll be using the top tier warbands to smash countries that have the bottom tier warbands.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of how
If
the
you've got a
world
Morlock
works,
box
right?
that's unopened, put it in a time capsule now. You'll take over the world later on.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, head trackers. Look, I
solid.
think they have some really decent things. They have a lot of different interesting cards to play. I think their play style is not as flex. It's like you can do a few interesting things, but it's kind of like get primacy. Do you have primacy? Get rid of primacy and get it again. Do you have primacy? Get rid of primacy and get it again,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
rinse and repeat for the.
I've seen Liam do okay with hit Voltroning. Was it Wolverine and stuff?
Yeah.
And just basically
Tooth
just
dagger,
Tooth dagger and just smashing everything.
Although-
The problem is if he doesn't get that glory train rolling, or if it's a bad deployment for him and stuff, he can't get.
I think
that
also
going.
the problem will be now going into round 2 against Deepkin. You're just going to be like, I'm going to kill him because his dodge means nothing to you.
Of course.
With Ensnare.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I also think they suffer from offset. 3 move is just not good. So
Yes.
if you offset them, like there'll be some games coming out with Headcracker in them.
Yeah, we'll
Look
see.
for the offset ones, and you'll see what I mean.
Was it nearly? I think it might have been all of them, right?
Let's not spoil it because this video will definitely be out before Liam.
Yeah.
Liam,
Fair. Okay.
in the future, which is our
Yep.
past, we'll
Okay.
be playing them on
no
the channel.
spoilers.
There's some interesting games that prove some of our points with this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's move on because we've got a lot of guys to go.
Yeah, we have a lot to do.
Oh my
We're
god.
35 minutes in. So
Wow,
we've been doing
okay.
this for a while.
Jesus. Okay.
It's going to be a long video. If you stuck with us this far, thank
Can
you.
we do 2 at once or something, maybe? Or
Where's Zarbags?
Zarbags.
We'll do just Zarbags.
No, because I think some of these.
I want to talk
where
about
is he?
him.
There
I
he
think
is.
some of these Stormcast ones will just be like, they're Stormcast.
Yeah,
move on.
I think
You know, so-
the DNF tier will go through pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
I actually have thoughts about this Zarbags.
Yeah,
I think
I think I'm probably in the same camp as you. I think there are certain builds and certain cards that have come back into rotation that make them quite decent.
There was a tournament, I reckon, about 3 weeks ago. I think it was an online tournament,
Yep.
and it sort of debuted the Infestation
deck. That's it. Yeah.
This warband for me is at least 1, if not 2 tiers down. If it weren't for that deck, that deck is the most clever deck I've seen in the last 6 months.
How many glory is that? They get 5, is it?
5 or 6.
Five or
It's
six.
irrelevant because you just score so much objectives.
5.
5. There you go. 5. Yep.
It's
You
so
basically flip tokens and hold the rest, and you get holding
Yeah,
every
it's
objective. and every
ridiculous.
holster and dominant
It's
position.
so good.
It's not just
and
infestation.
not to
but it
mention, I
scores
think
on
there's
things.
like you could play it quite good because there's a lot of defensive stuff now. If you can get to 2 dodge, you can get to 3 dodge or on guard or like lots of easy things to keep you alive. I think now in the game at the moment.
Yeah. I saw that deck and I was like, I kind of want to play it, and I've never wanted to play goblins
I've
ever.
been playing a little bit of it here
Oh,
with
have
my
you?
girlfriend, and it's hard. I think it's hard.
Oh, as in like
to
mechanically
play.
hard, like it's taxing
there
to play.
it's-
Because it's
you gotta
goblins,
think.
and then
Yeah.
on top of that, it's like
You're trying
okay,
to flip
then
time.
you
You're
wanna
flipping.
flip,
Yeah, you're trying to time all the flips at the right time.
If you
and-
can play that deck consistently and successfully, you're a good player.
Yep.
Full stop.
No, that's fair.
You'll have my respect. And the guy who built that deck, please contact me. I'd love to pick your brain because you're a genius. It's
And
fun.
also,
So-
I think that like I haven't seen the matchup yet. I don't know if you've ever played it, Benji, but Bone Reapers versus that, where the Fanatics just running through the little ones and just.
I
smash
had
them.
that happen too.
Oh.
That happened. I played a Vassal game with that.
Yeah.
I was so that was so sad. It was infestation, and the Fnatic killed every.
Oh my
Because
God.
it's just you do 1 damage and knock you into a lethal.
Yeah, of
They
course.
kill
Yeah,
you kill literally 3 Bone Reapers in one activation.
Wow, and they're so tightly packed together as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway, let's move on because
Yep.
we're late in time.
Yep, all
Should we
good.
do 2 at once? Let's have a look.
Yeah.
No, we'll do 1 at a time because the first one we talk about lizards.
Yes.
Lizards. There is.
This
Lizards.
is the lowest Direchasm warband.
Yeah. Look,
list.
honestly, I think that's probably
And it's a
fair.
B tier.
I think that's probably fair. They bleed glory.
Yeah.
They're not haven't got very great fighters. Even some of them are shields, which you kind of wish they were dodgers. But the upside is they score really easily. You almost basically come into the game with free extra glory from the Great Plan if you're playing the game properly.
Yep.
And then I think Clackchop also can really
Clackchop's
win
great.
games for you. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
They are. I think that warband being B tier and being the worst on the list, at least Direchasm warband, is a testament to how great this season's been.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
within. Yeah,
Very well designed.
within
Yeah,
the
look,
3.
I'm a big fan of them. I would rate them. I would definitely put them here. I wouldn't put them higher. I like using them, but they're definitely not like there's much worse warbands out there
Yeah.
than them. Yeah.
We were almost universal in this tier for them, but one person was like, "No, they go down 1, so they're at the bottom here." So.
Yeah, I think I know who that is, and it's a person who likes killing
No.
2 wound fighters.
Nope, it is not him.
Oh, okay.
I'll stew on that one, and you can figure it out later.
Okay.
Let's go to the last warband this tier. It's actually one of my secret loves. So I won my first tournament with him.
Oh yeah,
Let's move
Thundrix.
on. Yeah,
Thunderous
Thundrix.
Profiteers.
Oh, I mean, you use
Yeah.
we've all used Thundrix quite
Well,
a
I
bit,
think
actually.
where is he? There he is. Well, I think like with the Essentials pack, they've kind of
Yeah,
come back a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like
Eagle
with,
Eye,
Glory Seeker.
Glory Seeker,
Ferocious
Fires
Ferocity,
Ferocity.
Fires Ferocity, yeah.
So you can actually get
even
them up
Path
to
to
2.
Victory, because you only really... I think Hold More has helped them as well. The
Oh yeah, hold more.
playstyle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They have this amazing zone control. They have
Yeah.
the best. Thunderix reaction is the most forgotten about reaction in the game, but it's amazing.
Oh, the lethal thing around.
Everyone,
it.
after you activate it, every
It is hard
experiment
to
is
forget.
lethal. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good protection against melee guys, especially Direchasm.
And he inspires the 5 wounds, so it's hard to shift.
All
as
of
well.
them inspire +1 wound.
And now think of those +1 wounds.
Actually, yeah, that's probably like the single most important inspire condition from the benefit that you get for the inspire.
you
It's
get
probably one of the. It'd be at least in the top 3.
But it's +1 wound and an extra dice for accuracy. Like,
Yeah.
you just get so much.
An extra move because they're 2
Yeah, and the extra move.
Oh,
Yeah. So I don't think any other warband inspires and gains so much.
But the thing about the Inspire is you choose who gets it. It's like you score an objective, you get 1.
Yep.
And you put it on situationally who you need it.
Yeah.
You need it on your leader to keep him alive, you do it. You put it on Balloon Boy to send him forward.
Gives you a lot of flexibility.
Anyway, this is
I'd like to bring them back again, actually. I reckon that they have players.
I think they're decent. All right.
Yeah.
So this is probably where we can just be like, yeah, they sit there. That's what they do. But,
Well, I think you're going to want to talk a little bit about the first one, Carl.
Okay. Yeah, controversial. Put it up a tier.
McGaw's Fiends. Carl, you had him up a tier.
Yeah.
And so did Liam, actually. He agreed with
because I've played Liam for quite a few times, and he's like, "How do I beat these guys?" I was like, "Yeah, they're just as good as you remember them when you played them." Like, back in the day.
There's a metal bubble here of Carl and Liam who think they're great, and then everyone else is like, "Yeah, they're okay."
Look, I think that they just have such with all the new sort of aggro type cards back in the game. As you were saying, accuracy 1 stuff, they've still got it.
Yep.
I think that also you can't deny, and I think they play obviously a much weaker version of the Bone Reapers and the little Osira guys, like the Bone Reapers,
Mortek Guard.
The Mortek Guard.
Yeah.
I think they play a different version of that where it's like you got 2 fighters, and it's like, well, which one do you concentrate your killing on? Is it Magor or is it Ripper? I mean Riptooth.
Riptooth.
And then the one that you don't concentrate on is just going to become a Voltron, and then start killing some things.
That Ripper is like the one animal in the game that actually doesn't have all those restrictions regarding you can't take upgrades, you can't hold objectives.
Because you can take attack action upgrades.
Well, Riptooth is as good as most warband leaders.
I don't think he has attack upgrades, but you can Voltron him. You can give him. I think they're actually good for Avatar.
Yeah,
actually,
yes. That's how I run them.
Yeah,
I run Avatar
to
to the end, and then also just moving in enemy territory. So you can get a lot of for me, I feel like you can get quite a lot of passive. And then you just rely half on passive, half on kill.
Yeah, and they have faction trophy belt for your leader too, which is good.
Faction
trophy. Yeah, I forgot
and
about that.
Vision of Glory helps them out because even if you lose 1 or 2, you still get in there. Lots of distractions in the game at the moment. I honestly think they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I think that they, especially if you're doing Avatar, you have an ensnare, which we've been talking about, which is so strong against some of the higher tier ones.
Did you rate them higher than Kagra's?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For me, I would rather take Kagra's.
You rated them as... Oh, you did rate them.
Yeah, I'd rather, yeah.
There's a lot of results here. Going on to the next warband. Kent, you said they belonged in the B tier.
Is it Skaven?
It's Wormspat.
Oh, okay.
You said a moment ago they belong in B tier. Now I looked at your results and you voted them for...
Wait, where is he?
C tier.
There he is.
So
they belong here?
You're like...
Sorry, what did I vote them on?
You said during our B tier discussion, Wormspat should be in B tier. And I looked at what you put him in. You put him in C tier yourself.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of opinions.
In saying that, I think we're getting skewed also by Benji always telling us they're good. And then they are very good against other warbands, but because no one plays them, we don't see them.
Yeah, we probably don't see them. I've seen you play them with Avatar and all that to the end and all that business, and they seem pretty solid.
I think they're better later in a season when there's more cards out.
Yeah, okay.
I think early on when they need ping cards. So the more ping cards are in the game, the faster they inspire, the better they are.
Of course, yeah. And that defense thing where they're disgustingly resilient is really disgustingly annoying. Because
you can't ever anticipate if you're going to kill one.
Yeah, you need to
be that one little point. And
you need to overkill basically. You need an extra pip of damage or something to ensure the kill usually. So, but I don't know. I haven't seen them on the table very much, so it's probably one of those things where it's there's a lot of war.
I think the thing is just they were quite hard to figure out when they first came out, and people have just been like they're too hard, and other things came out that were easier. And I think they're good. I think they're solid, but I haven't played against a deck that I'm just like, wow, they're really powerful. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the third one. We're going through quickly here. Remember?
Yep.
Skaven.
Oh no,
Skaven.
We'll leave this one to last. Yeah.
I actually don't know where to put these guys.
They're still consistent.
Yeah, they're still consistent. I think the fact that they can bring stuff back, and it's a Season 1 warband, it's the highest ranked Season 1 warband. Oh, no. Yeah,
I think these two will survive every round because they just have good faction
cards.
And actual stats on their cards are good.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to hang around forever.
And what's the card? There's a card where you can inspire all of the Skaven at once now. What's it called?
There's one card that someone was talking
about. Is it hunger? You give them all hunger or something and they all inspire or something?
I don't know.
There's something where you can inspire the whole warband with one card, which is really cool.
I think same thing. You can play different play styles. You can go full aggro. You can go full objective play.
Yep.
You can do a bit of both. You can do some funky things.
Yeah, you can do the annoying expendable Skaven that you keep bringing back and stacking upgrades on. Like it still works. It's just not as you kind of wish Scritch was like 2 dodge to start with, considering how important he can be. Like because he starts with 1 dodge.
You put him back. He's great online. Underworlds online, fantastic warband.
Yeah.
On tables right now.
It's a slightly different meta though.
Yeah, look, I think they're good. Like we're both in agreement that they once were really good and they've just pushed down. You know, it's old glory. Like,
and they will always have a soft spot for me because like they were the warband that got me into the game. Like it's the warband that clicked in my head. And I was like, oh, I get why this game is really good. And
they're fun. They're also very fun. Anyway,
they're
moving
super
on.
fun.
Next one here, kind of fun.
Yeah. I don't mind the Beastmen. I honestly don't think they're that bad. I think they're like the Lizardmen, to be honest. But I think Lizardmen score a lot easier and they have some more interesting stuff.
I think that they are better in Direchasm than they were in Beastgrave. I think in Beastgrave they were kind of like schizophrenic in what they're trying to do, like stand on objectives and get kills. It was a bit flexy.
Yeah.
Now I think it's with Primacy they actually trade pretty well.
Yeah. I think also they do get the ability to score 2 temporary victories without any restrictions like other warbands,
which is always powerful.
Which means if you can just draw into that or get it earlier in the game before you die very quickly like they do, you just up so much and you can be like, oh, +1 strength on this and actually make all your fighters decent and you can just run in and kill stuff.
I think restricted cards don't matter as much right now though.
Yeah.
Of course, who knows? Maybe I'm going to look online after this and there's a file list being dropped literally as we record this. Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
But I think that they're good. They're C tier though for me. I mean, that's where I voted them. So that's where they are here. Moving on.
Godsworn.
I think if we're talking about people skewing results, I think Jackson has played these quite consistently.
Yeah.
He's won a tournament with them, mate.
Yeah,
he didn't play me though.
That's true.
I will say, remember how we're talking about warbands that everyone voted on the same tier?
Yeah.
This is the 3rd one of 4. Everyone in our group thinks that Godsworn is C tier.
Look, I think they're decent. Like they're not the worst, and they're definitely not like better than other things. It's just they're consistent at being consistently below average. I think that's they're just okay. You know what I mean. But you can get parts of brilliance with them and points of like just nothing happening.
They basically just bleed glory and primacy, and then they have. Like, is it one of them does 3 damage or something off the bat? Is that right? Like one of the
all of them can easily get up to 3 damage.
Yeah. So they're kind of like Garrick's Reavers in a way.
You play upgrades differently on them because you spread them. But that is what it is.
Yeah, you don't Voltron on them. It's like basically they're just guns, like they're torpedoes, and you just figure out which torpedo's the next one in the chamber. You just fire it off, and then you look and you go. And if Growl is your last missile, you've lost the game. That's how it works.
Well, I mean, they trade very well 1 for 1, and when you have 6 fighters, that's pretty good.
Yeah. There's a lot of redundancy.
I'll put it like that. We'll move on because they're Gods will hunt. And they just charge into a warband that is a bit weird, but I think is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
there he is.
Fast Rider. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like having seen them back in action with Eagle Eye and all that fancy Glory Seeker and Fire Ferocity and all that stuff, I think they have a lot of good accuracy, and also there's a lot of cards now for being in enemy territory. Yeah. And that's what they do.
And that's how they inspire. Exactly right.
Same with Thunderix. All of those cards are back, and that's good for the fast strikes.
Yeah.
Let's skip over them too much, so I don't want to get too much deep into them.
I think the Star Falcon is like still crazy. Yeah. This is the new Stormsire. If you're like, how do I play Stormsire? You don't. You play Fast Riders.
And you definitely don't play Celestis.
Yeah.
No, we'll get into that one. They're not up yet, so they're coming later.
And your only loss to Bone Reapers was with Fast Riders.
That was I don't know.
I'm sure a weird ass game. I'm sure it's an outlier game.
It's not an outlier because Craig had like enough chip damage to just be like, if I have all the cards, I'm going to kill him. It's like, and chip damage, and chip damage, and chip damage.
So that game was a weird one. My dice weren't great, and I made at least 2 blunders. I made 2 blunders. And people make blunders, but I don't like basing strength of warband on someone making mistakes.
Of course.
We'll move on because we have a time limit, but we're at 48 minutes. And we've got
to
go.
Wow.
We love talking here, apparently. 7th warband, it is Skates. I think this is way too high for them.
I personally think they're still pretty decent.
Yeah, I think they're.
I would say, look, this is probably where they deserve in the current meta with what we have available. I think they're decent. They inspire pretty easily. Yep. He's a monster when he gets going. I think with the speed package, I think so. I think he's all right.
Okay.
He's got a sliding attack as well, doesn't he?
And the Javelin, you can't discredit the Javelin chucking it in. You got Bold Conquest. I think they can score surges very easily. and then they just brace to not die. Like that's what they do.
Yeah.
I think so.
My counterpoint is he's a 4-wound fighter, which is not unkillable these days, and the rest of the warband are just primacy fodder.
Yeah, but I don't think you can base everything in primacy, right? Because it's like there are some warbands we've seen that just are never going to just do that one-shot primacy type thing up here.
Yeah.
So I think that they are very easy to inspire. They have some decent. They've got some objectives that can really easily score, like very easily score some stuff with hunter type stuff and all these surge speed things and stuff like that. I think they're okay, but I think the issue is they're going to get all this glory and then they're still just 2-wound 3-wound fighters and just die.
Yeah,
so,
it's going to die.
Cool. Last one of C tier. Any guesses before we go to it?
I'm hoping for Skellies.
Kent?
Let me
There's not many options there, actually. Looking over there.
Yeah, there's some real average ones there. But
Maybe
Skellies.
Iron Souls?
Iron Souls. That's interesting. Kyle gets his wish.
Oh, Skellies.
Skellies sneak in.
Yep.
They sneak
Because
in.
I tell you why, because Keith has been playing Skelly since day one. He opened the box and continued to play them now. And I think I've started playing them a bit with keys and like, they're pretty good. Like it's the same thing. It's like it's a bit like how I describe playing a key, and I think that's why they're so high and why people that have rated these so high. Is the key deck is really interesting. I think first of all, I think it's the only warband that can use the keys effectively. Wouldn't you say? In the current
I guess
meta?
so.
Yeah. That's not a good thing, though. Like that's
No, but the thing is, it's kind of like the bombers there. It's like the Skellies have got 20 glory, then you just have to start taking the glory off them. Because you're on all the hopefully if you're playing well, you're on all the objectives, you got all the keys on the board, you basically got 20 glory sitting there for all the stuff, and you just have to start killing them and taking that 20 glory off them.
I think that they are hindered by. I've played against you a while ago, Kyle. You played Skellies, and I would put Mischievous Spirits in my deck, and I would hold it in my hand
that one card
all game, and I'd play it at the end of the game, and I would just deny you all that glory.
Yeah.
I think if you can shut the warband down with one card, it's just not great.
I think there's no way I'd play them in a tournament because you are not going to. But like, they're fun to like just crack out for like when you just like I don't want to play like I want to play this game, but I don't want to have to think very hard. You're just like, okay, how do I get the keys where they need to go? And you don't even care what they're doing. You just go boom, boom, boom,
you
boom,
just look at the number of the objectives.
He died. He comes back.
Yeah.
I get you.
Then I think I've changed my outlook on him. I'm trying to figure out, and I think I've got to the point that I've played so many games where it's like, if I can keep the Warden alive just for round 1, I don't need him round 2 or round 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Because you just hold on to that one raise card, and you really start to think about how to actually raise them.
I think they have one last thing before we move on to the D tier. I think that they are a single player warband. When you play them, you're very limited in your options, and it's up to your opponent to deny you.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I like to outplay my opponent and not just present a problem for them to solve.
Yeah.
That's an opinion. And that's why we do this as a group, so that I don't. If it was me, they'd be in D tier.
Yeah.
But it's a group consensus.
Yeah.
That's why
they're very close
That's why
to
this
D
tier list
tier.
is the best. Goddamn.
And that's why I personally think they're good, because it's like I can rock up and be like, "Are you going to beat me?" Because it's on you. If you lose to Skillies, that's your problem, not my problem. You know. So.
Yep. D tier.
All right, here we go.
Can we have a first up from you guys before we jump in?
D tier. Does it go to E or not?
There is an F. It's not E.
There's
We
an F.
skip.
It goes D then
We
F.
skip E.
Oh, okay. I would say we're going to put one of the
Iron Souls.
Iron
Yeah,
Souls.
it's probably Iron Souls, right?
Yeah, probably Iron Souls. Yeah, it's not. It's the other Stormcast
what?
faction. Storm of Celestis.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I even chose that, but I regret now. I don't know.
No,
about
you guys
Yeah.
both said this tier. There's a couple people that thought they deserved to be a tier up. I think the notable thing for them is they're below Fast Riders. That's kind of sad. You're the new range
Yeah, for a new
hotness
warband.
and-
Yeah.
And in the starter set as well. It's just a shame that in the starter set, one warband is just so clearly better than the other warband.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think if you're playing against each other and you're playing with the cards in the box, they're okay. But as soon as you play Championship, you're just like, oh wow, okay, these are.
But
this
even
difference.
then, I don't think they're good. Like even then, I think that the Dirt Creepers are still much better though.
Yeah, but you
out
have
of
to
the
think that
box.
people are playing like starter set people, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna do this and do weird things. And,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, like-
Yeah, if you're just coming, completely from scratch. I mean, the good thing is, they're easy to remember. Like, it's all.
I would say that these are higher up purely because they have 4 of them. That's what I would say. Like even if we're not hitting, you have more wounds on the board
compared to who?
compared to the other Stormcast.
Oh, compared to oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Speaking of the Stormcast, Condemners.
Yep, Iron Souls.
Iron Souls.
Look,
Jacko
honestly,
loves them, but yeah.
I don't know much about Iron Souls. All I know is like when you roll crits, you do well,
Yep.
and there's one person on the channel that does that. So, look.
That's why Jacko plays them. Can you be okay with them, I think?
No, I think the way Jacko plays them is right, because like basically he just stacks all these ploys that give Arrow Seekers attacks and stuff, so it basically increases the chance of him inspiring and stuff. So I think that's a sensible way of, if you were to play them, that's a sensible way of doing it. And then there's just some lols for like all the crazy knockback shenanigans that he can do.
If you let them do what they want to do, they'll probably win. But all you need to do is see what they're trying to do and shut.
But they're definitely a high variance warband. Like I wouldn't. Very very high variance.
Yeah, I think if you're like, oh, I want to play a Stormcast that have hammers or swords or whatever, like a damaging Stormcast, they're the ones to pick over the other.
Yeah, the highest Stormcast is just Fast Riders, right? Like that's kind of sad. And they're C tier. So Stormcast warband. I mean, there's the new Stormcast models coming out for AOS 3.
Yep.
You're going to think they're going to put it on.
Well, if they have spears.
Well, they're going to be range 2. Range 2, because there hasn't been range 2.
Range 2 might be real quite
That
nice.
might be the game changer.
But you know what? They'll screw it up somehow, so let's wait and see.
No, because last time they made a Stormcast warband, it's either been under par or it's been too good.
Actually, we did note that Direchasm warbands have been great. I don't count that starter set as Direchasm warbands.
So I don't count it either.
Anyway, let's move on, because we're approaching 55 minutes, and we have a few
but
more
it's
events
almost
to
like a walk down memory lane now. At this point, I was like, I
reminisce the old times.
Well,
how about we reminisce once again with Garrick's Reavers?
Oh, the old classic. This is what I picked up the very first day I first played them, and I was like, how on earth do you win with these? And then I realized there was cards and all different things, and they're very interesting warband. I don't think there's anything being like them. I don't think they've ever been replicated. This idea of like suiciding your fighters to get glory and to power up.
Yep.
Like you can still win games with them. Like if you're rolling well and you just play in the right sequencing, you can still win games. But they are 5 guys that have no armor on.
Yeah,
really.
They're all dodging 2 wounds. Yeah, all most of them are anyway.
Sake is still a monster.
Yep.
Free hammers, cleave. 3 hammers, whatever it is.
If you kill him, though, the warband falls out.
Free damage, cleave.
If you're playing against Garrick's Reavers, find where Sake is. And they look
And
similar, so you have to ask your opponent which one's Sake. He'll point at one, and just know if you kill him, you got it. That's what you need to think.
I think so, yeah.
Next warband. Oh, way too high for me. These are F tier.
Yeah, I know you hate. You think they're so
rubbish
bad.
warband.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
Steel Hearts.
Yeah. Look, they're bad.
I can't remember the last time I saw them on the table.
You played on the channel.
Oh, on the channel. Oh, okay, I guess that would be
literally the last time.
That was
this
yeah.
battle
It was between those two. Yeah.
And you beat them you were on a tilted day playing Skaven, and you beat them.
Yes.
That's how bad I think.
Yes.
But
and it was also like such a low scoring thing. It was just like people sitting in corners and then just getting 7 glory.
It was a season 1 game. Like that's how season 1 if you made to double digits in season 1, that was like a high scoring game, right? Back then.
Yeah. I remember at the start just being like, oh, I got a 15 glory game. That's like a blowout. Yeah, and now you're getting 15 glory to turn it up.
That game, by the way, is the lowest viewed game on our channel.
It's just because
no one likes Stormcast.
It's all season 1. That's why. Yeah.
It's bland.
But he's still 3 damage though, right? Old mate.
Yeah. But
when he inspires, the other one starts with 3 damage. Oh no, both 3 damage?
They start with 3 damage. And then Bright Shield's 2.
Look, I have played quite a few games where I've just lost Moloch in the first round to them.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
that's you rolling terrible dice, Carl. Your dice curse.
No, because you just do 3. Bright Shield does 2, and then you charge in 3 and 3, and you
that
lose
equals more than 7. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Nice.
And that's it. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move past Steel Heart. I think they're F tier. I hate them, but anyway,
Okay.
This is why it's a consensus. We group think this one,
Yeah.
and then we get this average list that isn't biased. So there you go, best tier list. in the
Yeah,
world.
because no bias at all.
Absolutely none at all.
No.
Yeah, it's not biased by experience at all.
None at all.
Yeah.
Stormcast.
Honestly,
so
I
much.
think these should be lower. I tried to crack them out. I'd be like,
Lower.
yeah, these are interesting, and I was like, oh, I think I'll you can do this and that, and I was like, you just can't do anything.
You actually
Yeah.
did put these F tier, Carl.
Yeah. I honestly, I tried to get them out, and I was like, look, I'm going to see how they work. You can't. You can go aggro because there's still decent damage, but you can't rely on him to do anything these days. It's a Stormside guy.
I think if this was in just before Direchasm came out, these would be A or B tier for me.
Yeah.
Like that last rotation where we lost all the Night Vault spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
God,
basically Magic barely exists in the game at the moment.
Yeah. No, Magic does, just to flip objectives.
Yeah, that's right.
And
just
they're
for
3
these
models,
straight.
they can't hold them anyway. It's like, what? The Voltroning Curse Breaker is the only thing I've really seen work with them. And they're so limited in what they have on their fighter cards, you can't even do sneaky stuff.
I'd be interested to see if you just went full aggro and just like leaned in on like the free damage fighters and tried to. Honestly, even that, why would you bother?
They're Stormcasts from like still.
Why try and make them? Why try and make them work when you can play one of the better aggros out there? I just don't. Yeah.
I mean, look up the list at the top and think, why would I bother playing them when I can play Morgoths, right?
It's just a sea of gold here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's the Stormcast here. The
Stormcast.
Shall we add Stormcast to it? No, we won't. We're going to add some Forest Elves.
Yeah. Yeah, look, honestly, they were interesting when they first came out. And then as soon as Beastgrave came out, and they're just like, we're going to change how heal works. And you're just like, so I can't inspire my warband? And you're like, no, not anymore. And you're like, oh, okay, these are not very good.
And they lost all their spells.
And they,
And I think Hrothgorn does feed the Beastgrave better. Actually,
they feed the
Beastgrave. Correct. That was like a build for a while for him. And then this season they released all those new cards to flip.
There's
so literally any warband can do it.
Yeah.
There's so much flipping at the moment.
There's no niche. What do they do better than anyone else? Nothing.
No, you know what they do is roll crits on defense and just kill you slowly.
That is very annoying.
That is the one cool thing.
That is the one cool thing about that warband.
That's a great. If you play Arena Mortis, he's a really good fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He is.
Anyway, let's move on to the next warband, the final one, the D tier. You got 4 left to choose from. I'll read the 4 out. And I'll get you guys to choose who you think this is.
All right.
It's Blade Coven, Eyes, Chosen Axes, or Iron Skulls.
Ooh.
If I had to choose, I reckon I'm going the Blade Coven.
Yeah, I reckon Blade Coven too. Yeah.
I put Blade Coven last.
I know you hate Blade Coven.
They are the worst warband in the game. I will play literally any of those 4 before Blade Coven. But it is Blade Coven. They do sneak into D tier.
All right, yes.
Go Blade Coven.
Against my best wishes.
Yeah.
It's a fair list, God damn it.
Yeah, look, Blade Coven, I remember like when they first came out,
I was so excited.
You were so excited.
Yeah, because I played Dark Elves like in Warhammer Fantasy. I wanted them to be good.
Yeah.
But they're just so fragile and
they suck.
It feels like the snake should be 4 wounds or something.
Yeah.
It should have something else.
You know what?
on.
Like, I really think that they missed an opportunity not having innate combos on the players.
Yeah, I
where
agree.
you could just put a combo upgrade on them and make them strong, and they would basically be Godsworn, but like with combos.
Yeah, that's
I think they missed a really.
Yep.
A really
They could be
big
the combo
opportunity.
warband.
Yeah, the combo warband.
Yeah.
There's no point in combo. There's no point in combo.
The combo. The thing is, the combo is cool, but you can't score anything off it. Like, there's no. Usually with a lot of these cool like things, you get objectives. You can score objectives from it.
There isn't a single combo.
There might be like one glory one.
There might be one glory.
Like,
there's one where if you make a combo attack, you pick up 3 cards.
So like when you think about like hunger, for example.
That's good.
That's actually not bad. Okay.
Yeah. When you think about hunger, you can put 12 objectives in there about hunger. When you think about like flipping tokens, you get objectives from.
Yeah.
Think about
you're right.
Avatar, like everything in the game, drawing cards, you get to the end. Like
Yep.
everything has like a glory solution.
It needs more
Combo
objective
has
support.
no glory. So
Yeah.
plus they are 2 in fighters in primacy. Like it's just dumb.
Yep.
But they are unfortunately in the D tier and not in the F tier. They deserve that. But that's my opinion.
I think
we're a group C.
Look, I think that they could, on a good day, they could just spike and do a bit of.
Yeah, that's it. They're rolling a lot of dice. Like I think nearly all of them have like 3 swords or.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for a rant? This is a warband to me that I think is D tier and is borderline C tier.
Gerzags.
No, it's Eyes, right? Like,
Eyes of the 9.
yeah. Okay.
I think this warband is actually way better than F tier. I think that when you look at every warband in D tier right now above them, they all have there's nothing they can, they're very limited in what they can do. They have no good faction cards, low wound fighters and stuff, and there's no tricks. There's no way they can outplay an opponent. I think Eyes have 2 of those things. They have good faction cards, and they have ways to outplay your opponent. And I think that to me makes them have high potential. And there was that results in that Vassal tournament where the guy got top 4, and that same guy
it's impressive.
beat my Aussie Arcs 2 games in a row.
Yeah, right.
Legit,
That is-
straight up.
That is amazing.
And didn't Liam play him as well? It was like, I just lost to
I think
Eye
so.
of the Night.
I'm not sure it was him or if it was a different person. But
So what was happening in that deck? Like what?
it was nothing crazy. He was just being a very smart player. He offset me, which is fair.
Okay, that always helps.
Blue Horror's a great... Blue Horror and Vortimus
Well,
were the only 2
yeah.
fighters he cared about. The other 3 I killed and got glory and whatever.
Sure.
But you're only getting 3 glory from those fighters. And then Vortimus becomes unkillable with... There's so many defensive upgrades right now.
Yeah,
Strength to Terror,
fair.
you get tons of wounds and
what's he
rerolls
doing
and
with the
stuff.
horror? Obviously, like it's hard to you can't one shot it.
Holds
and stuff.
objectives, dominant position. He has a lot of
Yeah,
push
okay.
tech. He moves around, and he's just holding, and he just has enough move and shove to like the end of the turn. You're like, oh, you're on 2 and I'm on none. How did that happen? And you just don't realize where it came from.
Well, maybe someone on the channel can play that deck. and see how it goes.
Yeah,
But it's probably a part, like, it's probably to do with who's playing it.
Yeah, I'm
also.
sure he's playing because like you give it to me and I'd be like, what the hell? What's
it
going on?
It is another high school deck though. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like be like, Kiva, do this, and he'd be like, what? Like it'd be over.
I'm not saying they belong in A tier. Don't get me wrong.
Of course,
I'm saying C tier, D to C.
D to
I think
C,
they
okay.
are.
So if I
around
gave,
Skaith on this list.
if I said, Benji, there's a tournament tomorrow. There's $1,000 on the line, and you had to pick between Lizardman and Eyes, what would you choose?
I would take no. I would seriously take Eyes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would legitimately.
I would
I'd
not
get.
take Eyes.
I'd get that deck. I'd practice my ass off.
Yep.
I'd play like 50 Vassal games, and I think Eyes have a better chance of winning a tournament than Lizardman do right now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just an opinion. But you know what? We're a group, and I've stood by this through all these tiers, and even when I disagree, I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
But on our list, on our official list, it's going to solve all the world wars in the future. They're F tier. So in the bin.
Me personally, I think because I don't know how to play them, but like I think I would probably choose Gerzegs over Eyes if I was like I had to play something.
Yeah, I think me
Yeah,
too.
I would as well, just because it's just easier to play.
It's two dimensional. These charge them in.
Yeah. And there's so much like we were saying all the way at the start. There's so much like free like charge and stuff like that, and you don't even need to rely on their attacks anymore. You just put amber bones or like one of the weapon things on them.
Anyway,
Speaking of,
the F tier warband that is not the worst voted by us. It's actually Chosen Axes.
oh okay,
It's not Gerzegs.
okay.
Oh,
We have
right.
rated Chosen Axes above.
I think
Iron Skull
momentary. What's that one? The 4-move.
Oh, the
something chase. Eternal Chase.
Eternal Chase.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I think that makes them good. I think there is so much push in the game,
Yep.
and so much like if you're a quarry, push 2.
Hang on. Let's not use the word good here. Let's say playable.
Yeah.
Playable? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, playable. Yeah.
But I think also they work in our meta, and we're talking about our meta here, is that because everyone plays aggro,
Do a counterpunch.
they come to them.
They come, yeah.
Exactly.
whereas if you're playing against ghouls, you're like, oh, okay, well, good game, and you just like
Actually, yeah, it'd be impossible to win against ghouls.
Yeah.
Well, basically, right? Because then they're going to inspire for sure, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think they're not terrible. I'd actually prefer to play them over like an Iron, Steel Hearts or over your Thares and Blade Coven. I'm looking at those ones in D tier, and I actually would prefer Chosen Axes.
And credit to Craig, he took them to a tournament. Did not great with them, but persisted, and he took them to the channel as well. So he's a masochist because
You have to be to win games with them is an effort. You have to really play hard out and not get bad luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the final warband.
final one. And it brings a
This
tear.
is- this
brings a tear to my eye.
Oh,
It
didn't
brings
you
a
win
tear-
glass with this one or something?
No, it was before they even brought out
Iron Scales Boys.
a special pack. What's it called? Like the gift pack thing? The
tournament pack.
Yeah, it was when they only had 4 warbands out, and I won that bad boy, and it was like 12 people or something like that. It was a decent tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sad to see how the mighty have fallen. We've got one orc all the way at the top and one orc all the way down at the bottom.
This is the fourth of 4 warbands that we all agreed what tier they belong in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
interesting.
Morlocks in A tier, in S tier,
Yeah.
Brothorn in A, Godsworn in C, and then it is Iron Souls in F.
Because is it 2 of the plebs they have 1 damage? Is that right?
They have 1 damage.
Uninspired.
And then
uninspired.
and the third one has 2 damage, surely.
It has 2 damage, I think. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But see, back in the day when there were only 4 warbands, and I know we're talking about like years ago, but it's like you had 4 4-wound fighters and a 5-wound fighter. Oh, sorry, 3 4-wound fighters and a 5-wound fighter.
Yes.
People just couldn't get through that.
Yeah.
And like, so you just sat in there and you just go, did you kill all my guys? No. And are you still trying to kill my guys? Yes. All right, well, I get conquest and denial. And then you just, you know.
Ah, I see. Such simple times.
Yeah,
like.
simple times. Yeah, back when there was such little, naive game. Yeah, but yeah, look, I think they're not good.
The league is good though, right? Is he 3 damage off the bat, or is he
2? I think, and then he expires to 3. But he gets a reroll as well. Yeah.
He has 5 wounds though.
He has 5 wounds.
he inspires to 5 wounds?
No,
he
Oh, he
is
starts with.
Starts with 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 4 4 4. So they actually have a lot of
Yeah.
wounds.
And basically, all the things that you hate about this warband,
Yeah, they're going to have it.
they
right?
used to have it.
Oh, at the time they had it.
No,
yeah,
they had it, but
yeah,
it was on a 4+. Like it was all a dice.
He starts 3
Okay.
damage,
Yeah.
by the way.
3 damage.
Yeah, okay, that
2
makes
damage.
sense. Okay, yeah. Has it got 1 win on the channel though? Like I think
They're actually,
one-
let me check up. I think they're
Kiva won, right?
100% win rate on this channel.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Go
It's
Kiva.
beautiful. Yeah.
Well, so yeah, like, I can also talk about other win.
Yeah.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 warbands on this channel that have 100% win rate.
Oh wow, that's quite a few.
Wraith Creepers.
Wraith Creepers, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. That's
Oh, they
one.
would be,
Rippers,
hey.
yeah.
And
Yep.
Rippers.
Rippers are yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warnflight.
Yep, that
Well,
makes
fly,
sense.
Despoilers. 1 out of 1.
No, 1 out. Yeah.
Iron Skulls Boys. 1 out of 1.
Oh, yes.
Purifiers.
Purifies.
Reapers.
Yeah.
Maoris and Kane's Reapers are the last one.
Do you say, what about Morgox?
Morgox have a
No,
loss.
they lost.
They lost
They
to,
lost
Ghouls.
to the Ghouls. Remember, there was that amazing game where Kiva came back.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
got,
was a
dug
great
in.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
that was
it was like one of
awesome.
the first games. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that was great.
I remember watching from the sidelines, and I was like, "He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! He's got dug in! Yeah!" Like,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Worst warbands. We have above 1 game for losses.
Oh, you can't even see this.
Let me take the graphic down. So we'll go back to our main.
Yeah.
Crimson Court is actually not our lowest percent win warband.
Oh,
I'm going to knock off all the ones that there are some
I know,
warbands
it's
that are 0-1.
It's Hrothgorn with my terrible
Hrothgorn
Feed the Beast Grave.
is
plays.
0-4 on the channel.
and what about the highest tier? The Euro, the UN,
US?
European
Oh,
Union.
UK, yeah.
Union.
Whatever. Yeah. What about them?
With how many have they won on the channel?
This list is
It's at least
1
2
and 2.
losses.
1 and 2.
One and
1 and 2, okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it could be pilot error, couldn't it? It could be me. So,
Our most played is Crimson Court
Yeah.
and Dread Pageant.
okay,
Which
not
is-
Ghouls.
which-
I say that now, actually. There might be, this
No,
is
it's
counting
forward.
games that have been unreleased as of this point.
Okay.
So if you're like online going, I haven't
yeah,
seen all
yeah,
this.
yeah. Okay.
Dread Pageant's probably the one warband you're like, I haven't seen many Dread Pageant games. There's a lot
Yeah.
coming up if you haven't seen them yet.
I think Japan's good. We should show them off more.
And Crimson
Seven-
Court is definitely one we need to win more with. Them and Grimwatch.
We've been
Grimwatch are 1 and 4.
Yeah.
1 and 4. Wow.
1 and 4.
They're
The one win
punching
was
bag.
Morgox as
But
well.
I think, like we mentioned on the video against the Savage Orcs, they just let you do so much because there's damaging fighters that are going to kill you, but you always can guarantee yourself a kill to show
Yeah.
off cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then they can always spike if you don't do well, but then you can spike if you kill them. It's an interesting game. It's a very good punching bag.
Yeah, it's
Very
a good one to
punching bag,
showcase a new warband for sure.
Few warbands we haven't played yet. As of this recording, we are missing 5 warbands.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Eyes,
Fast Rider.
Eyes, Curse Breakers, Fast Riders, and Garrick's Reavers. We've played them in real life.
I can't believe we haven't played Garrick's Reavers.
Yeah, we should pull them out.
Only reason I haven't played them is I actually really like them, but I just don't have them painted, and I just would love to use my own because they have been undercoated since I bought the box set.
Wait.
And
You haven't painted them? You played them so much though.
I know. The thing was
Oh.
I was going to paint them as my gift to myself as like
Oh,
painting
okay.
all the warbands,
Sure,
and
sure.
they just keep releasing more warbands that I haven't been able to
Yeah,
paint. So.
once you get ahead of the painting, it's actually good because the new one comes out, you got 2 weeks
Yeah.
to paint at least. So
Yeah.
it's real nice. It feels good.
Yeah.
We'll get those 5 out. I think I'd like to do with Eyes. I think it'd be funny if we played one game and never played them again.
Yeah, and just won it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 100%.
Yeah, just
right. Most successful warband on the channel.
Yeah.
All the ones that are also undefeated, we get them some losses just to make it work. Anyway, of those 5 warbands, tell us what you want to see us play.
Yeah.
We want to get all of them out.
And also, explain to us if you think that some should be in different tiers or whatever. I mean, that's why we made here to generate a discussion, and Benji loves to have a chat. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure.
right.
Yeah, give me
he
something
can-
to do during the day. I like
Yeah, let us know
comments.
which one we got the most wrong.
No,
Basically.
they're all right, Ken.
They're
Group
all right.
consensus.
This is-
In
yeah.
their
Solving
opinion.
world wars here with this list.
And for the poor country that has Gerzag, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that country can be the UK. They can. Yeah, we'll throw it to them. Any final words before we finish this one out?
No, what would you like to see us play? What would you like to see Ken play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and post your go to the description. We said it an hour ago.
Yeah.
Get the link in the description. Do your own list. Do your own tier
Yeah,
list.
we'd love
Post
to
it
see
in the
what you
comments.
think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Have we got any wrong?
no, we
Is-
haven't. But you can copy ours and make it your own.
Am I channeling too much of a Kiva going on here? Do I need a haircut? Is Kent not wearing an interesting shirt today? What? Tell us what's happening. So
Yeah. Am I not rolling the wrong dice enough?
Yeah.
At the
No,
moment?
can we just roll? See if Kent can roll a crit just quickly.
Yeah, give us a.
Oh, okay.
I have no camera for it, so you might need to.
You can roll. There you go. See if you
Just
roll
for
a
all 4 of them.
crit. Just roll. See if you roll a
Okay.
crit.
All right.
There are
Okay.
4 dice.
I'll roll them
We'll
at that camera.
Yeah, let me just.
We'll see what
yeah,
happens.
there we go. Roll it in front of the camera. Is there a crit there?
There's
There's a
a
crit.
crit there.
He's
All
got a
right.
crit. He's done it.
Yeah, he's done it.
Oh, he's rolled
All
a
right.
crit. Well done, mate.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
All
Awesome.
right.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video,
All right.
and we'll
See
talk to
you
you
guys.
soon.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.